Hi, everyone. Today I'm going to be going through your theater production jobs day number 2 assignment. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen with you so you can follow along with me as I'm walking you through your lesson. So today we're going to start with production jobs day number 2, like I just said. Today we're going to be looking specifically at the role of the costume designer. On Friday, we went through a general overview of some of the theater production jobs, and now we're going to be moving on to looking at each one in a little bit more detail. And so we are going to be continuing on with TEAC 5C, which is to identify different production elements of theater, film, television, and other media. And we're going to do that by looking at each theater job. And so you'll begin with your email, your last name and first name, and then your theater class period, which should be one of these 4 classes. And then when you get on to the warm-up page, you're going to see, as usual, I have a song for you to stretch to, as well as some examples of some stretches to do. Remember, if you cannot do the stretches that I'm marking, which are the ones we normally do in class, you should still do some kind of stretching at your seat, whether that's neck rolls, shoulder rolls and shoulder raises, arm circles, maybe some over the head stretching, leaning side to side. Any of those stretches are perfectly acceptable to do in this situation. You will then move on to the facial stretch, which will be some deep breaths. I recommend you breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, big deep breaths, at least 3 to 5 times, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then you'll continue on with a jaw massage. So just in small circles, rotate. Here we go. As well as big face and little face. And then you can move on to the vocal warm-ups, such as toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, around the rough and rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran, whether the weather be cold, whether the weather be hot, we'll be together, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Sorry, I forgot the end part of that one. And then you'll write down the names of the tongue twisters that you did. You can do the same ones as me, or you can do any others that you'd like to do, your favorite ones, whatever the case may be. And then you'll go ahead and hit next. Once you get onto the daily activity page, you're going to see, as like I mentioned earlier, we're continuing on with theater production jobs. And today we're going to learn specifically about the role of the costume designer. I'm going to zoom in a bit so that you can see my slides a bit better. So what does the costume designer do? So I've included a picture here of the costume designer. And as you can see, they come up with drawings or renderings that reflect the costumes for each character. And then those renderings are used as the basis or the inspiration for creating the actual real physical costume. So in this picture, we see the renderings in the back, the drawings in the back, and then the actual costumes as they came out in real life. And so the costume designer is in charge of designing and overseeing the creation of each costume. And so the way that they do that is they research the play, everything about it, the time period, the characters, maybe what fashions were popular at the time that the play takes place in. And then they will make decisions about the visible parts of the character. So this can include anything such as clothes, shoes, anything that the character is wearing on their body. So clothes, shoes, makeup, hats, wigs, accessories. Sometimes they have additional people on their team helping them to make those decisions, but overall, the basis of those ideas of what the character is going to look like is going to come from the costume designer. Some of the others that they usually have helping them are people like the cutter or draper. That's someone who specifically works with the fabric, either draping it on the body and making sure that it falls on the body correctly, or cutting the fabric so that it's the appropriate size for the garment. The costume crew, which is people who will help actually sew the costumes, iron them, press them, do any other little jobs or little steps that are involved in the preparation of the costume. You usually have somebody who will also wash the costumes as well. And then the dressers who will help the actors get ready. Sometimes the costumes are so extravagant or elaborate that the actor cannot get into the costume by themselves. This can include like either really heavy pieces, corsets that would need to be laced up by a second person. And so that's where the dressers come in to help the actors get ready. And so you have some reflection questions about the costume designer to answer here. You can get all of those answers from the things that I just said, or also looking on your slide right here. And then we have a short video interview with a costume designer. This costume designer is the costume designer of Wicked, the Broadway musical. And so I'm going to wait for it to load just a second.
My name is Susan Hilferty.
And so Susan Hilferty, she is the costume designer at Wicked. She actually won the Tony Award in 2004 for Best Costume Design for this show, Wicked. It's a very popular show, very popular musical that's been seen and well-loved all over the world. And so you'll answer the questions based on the video. All of these answers can be found in the video. You will need to watch the whole entire thing. I recommend that you open it in the large player. I think that just gives you a better view, and especially because you're going to be seeing some of the beautiful costumes that she has created. You'll want to get the full impact of the video. So you'll watch the video and answer these questions, which are, who is Susan Hilferty and what did she win a Tony for? Hint, hint, I already told you the answer to this one. What is different about the costumes from our street clothes that we wear every day? And you can see that just, I mean, you'll see what the costumes look like. I don't really want, I want you to look at them. I don't want to spoil it for you. So think about that. What parts were added to the costumes to complement the set? So what did they add to it to make it match with the set? The costumes feel vintage, but also at the same time, similar to what futuristic time period? And then what is the best advice that she can give to anyone who wants to get involved in costuming or in the industry? The last thing you'll answer is your exit ticket question, which is, what is your favorite costume that you've ever worn? This can include Halloween, school or church performances, or playing dress up when you were younger. And maybe you didn't have a costume that you dress up in. So what was your favorite thing maybe that you pretended to be when you were little? A lot of us might take our everyday clothes or everyday things like scarves or hats when we were little and pretended we were somebody else, you know, playing with our siblings, playing with our cousins or things like that. And so go ahead and answer that question. For me, I think my favorite costume that I ever wore, this is a hard one. I think my favorite costume that I ever wore was this really cute and super shiny, sparkly looking Supergirl costume. I wore it actually older as an adult. It wasn't a costume I wore as a kid. I just wore it a few years ago, but I thought it was so pretty and so shiny, and I loved it. So that one is my favorite. And so you'll tell me about your favorite there. Once you're done, you'll hit submit. And then that's it. You're done for the day. I hope you found this video helpful. Remember, if you need help, you can always reach out to me on Google Classroom comments, remind, text message, email, or just by popping in on our live sessions during the day. All right, well, that's it for today, everyone. Remember, today is a great day. You are in control of you, and every day is a great day to try your best. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.